Hi, this is Joe Navarro. Welcome back. Today talking about a very serious subject, and that is what are the net effects of living with or working with someone that is emotionally unstable. Now, this is a topic I talked about in my book, Dangerous Personalities, and it's something that we have to confront because there are so many people in the population that are emotionally unstable. And you may be living with one, dating one, married to one. They may be one of your parents. They may be a coworker or a manager. And obviously, these individuals need help. They need medical help. They need professional help. That's not something that we can provide, but there are things that we can do to prepare to deal with these individuals so that we are not victimized, or we can limit how we are victimized, because eventually, as I discussed in the book, they will victimize us emotionally, physically, mentally, and sometimes financially. So one of the things that we have to do is to, first of all, as we indicated in the first episode, is realize what are the traits of these individuals. How do they behave? What does emotional instability look like? Because their toxicity over time begins to wear us out. We literally become tired of their shenanigans, of how they act out, of constantly having to walk on eggshells around them. It corrodes our sense of well-being. It corrodes our self-worth. We begin to feel like there's something wrong with us, when in fact there's nothing wrong with us. It is the fact that their toxicity is eating away at us. So we have to recognize that. We also have to recognize that their proximity to us, their constant acting out, will affect us in ways where we lose sleep. We are constantly worried about what's going to happen next. They have no boundaries, so they may act out both on a personal level inside the house, let's say, or they may do things to harass you at work or with your friends. So they contribute to this state of unease, which can make you look back and be embarrassing, can bring shame, and obviously erodes your sense of true value. The other thing to be mindful of is if your partner is like this, what is their effect on children? So am I contributing to perhaps the effects that a toxic personality will have on a child because I'm associating with this individual? And in a work setting, you can, obviously bring that toxicity home. Because if your boss is emotionally unstable and they're being overly dramatic, if they are making threats, throwing things, screaming and yelling, that affects you at work. It can contribute to depression and anxiety and panic attacks. But you also bring that home and it affects the people around you. So we need to factor in what are the consequences of a continued relationship with these individuals. And if you find yourself that this individual's toxicity begins to affect you, and you're thinking about suicide, hurting yourself, sort of dropping out of life, if you devalue yourself, or have begun to devalue yourself since associating with this individual, then the answer is clear. You need to distance yourself from this individual. I wish there were other remedies, and there may be, but for the average person, distancing is the best solution. If we're dealing with an emotionally unstable male individual, or we've got testosterone involved, you've got to think about your safety because of their volatility, because of their impulsiveness, because of the danger of being larger, more physical, and more aggressive, that they can place you and your loved ones in peril. So when we are dealing with the emotionally unstable, and by the way, the book Dangerous Personalities has a very robust list, which I would encourage you to go through and say, okay, if I'm seeing 60 or 70 or more of these behaviors from this individual, they are most likely someone who is emotionally unstable, to seek help for them if you can, but mostly for yourself. And always remember, you have no social obligation ever to be victimized.